Okay, everybody, welcome to the next game in the Colorado Rockies replay. We're game number 53 on the replay. Rockies are now 17-35 on the season. This is the final game of the homestand and the final game against the New York Yankees, obviously. They split the first two games of the series, this being the rubber matchup. This game was played Sunday, May 25th, 2025. At Coors Field, which of course is hitter friendly. Singles are 19, home runs 9. Yankees won this game real world 5-4. Starting pitchers, Will Warren for the Yankees and Antonio Sensatella for the Rockies. We'll look at Warren in the bottom of the first. Right now, we'll concentrate on Sensatella. Look at his numbers on the 2025 season. Sensatella 4-15, 6.65 ERA. Of course, last night the Rockies got an unexpected win over the Yankees by the score of 7-5. As Hunter Goodman had a grand slam home run that really got them going. So we are about set to get rolling here. As soon as I check one more thing, sure we are where we need to be here. I don't know why it's not showing up here, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Oh well, we'll just move on, I guess. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to go. All right, leading off for the Yankees will be Paul Goldschmidt, first baseman, followed by Ben Rice and Aaron Judge. Runned away 1-4 for Goldschmidt, and that's going to be a ground ball to third base. McMahon is there, one away, and that'll bring up Ben Rice, designated hitter Ben Rice. 6'7", lefty, and that's a base hit. Single for Ben Rice. He's not much of a threat to run. Sensatella is a -2 on his hold. Goodman's a +1 for a net -1. Warren is also a net -1 with his catcher, backup catcher, Esquera doing the catching. Warren's a -3, but Esquera's a +2. And here comes Aaron Judge. That is a 2-8 for Judge, and that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Sensatella. 2 down for Cody Bellinger. Bellinger in center field in this one. And that is a 4-11, and that's a ballpark single check, which is going to pretty much be guaranteed. And it barely is, but it is. Single, 1 star. Runners at first and second, 2 outs now in a clutch situation for left fielder Jason Dominguez. Dominguez in the season on the clutch loses 2 hits, 2-3 and 2-10. That's a 3-5, however, and he will walk, and that will load the bases. So Sensatella in a bit of trouble here in the first. 2 singles and a walk, and now it's Anthony Volpe, the shortstop. Another clutch situation for Volpe, and Volpe's actually neutral in the clutch. And that's a 3-6, and that's a pop out to short to end the inning. So Sensatella pitches around the mess, leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Yankees nothing, Rockies coming to bat. And on the mound for the Yankees will be Will Warren. Will Warren, 9-8, 4.44 ERA in 33 starts. And he'll be facing Beck, Tovar, and Goodman. And good evening, Chuck. So now, Jordan Beck steps to the plate. Let's go over here just a second. That is a 5-11, and that's going to be a fly ball left field X. We're looking at Dominguez. He's a 4-4. 1-5, that's going to drop for a hit. Is it a single or a double is the question. 4-5 is a single. So he's going to get a single, and it's also an E4 element. He's got to avoid 3, 4, 15, and 18. which he does. But it will be a base hit for Jordan Beck. Leadoff single for Beck. Beck is going to look to run, or at least get a lead. Beck needs a 2 through 6, 4, and 11. He gets the 4, he's going to get the lead. Starts as a 17, being held as a 15, -1 to 14. 1 to 14, and he steals second base. And he does. Stolen base for Beck. So he's at second base with nobody out for Ezekiel Tovar. 3-4 for Tovar. That's a ground ball to short. And that will freeze the runner. 1 down, and that brings up Hunter Goodman. That's a 1. The wild pitch rate on Warren's a 2. So there is no wild pitch. Here's Goodman. 5-5, and that's an in-home run chance for Goodman on the 5-5. 5-5. 1 to 11 is a home run. 12 to 20 is a double. And that's gone. Hunter Goodman does it again. He had a grand slam last night. He gets a 2-run shot tonight. Hunter Goodman, 2-run shot, and the Rockies lead it 2-0. Hello, Mr. Mike. That is a 1-8, and that's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 1 for Warren. We go to Brenton Doyle. That is a 6-10. Ground ball shortstop X, that's Volpe. He's a 2E21. 2 and a 7, he'll get to that. E21. He has to avoid 6, 15, and 17. And he does. So Volpe makes the play to end the inning, but the 2-run home run from Hunter Goodman gives the Rockies a 2-0 lead after 1. And since Satella back out, he'll be facing backup catcher J.C. Escara, or Escara. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Lefty hitter, 6-12. Ground ball second base X Amador, 4E14. 415 is good. E14, he has to avoid 15, 16, and 18. And 18 is unavoidable, so that's going to be a 2-base error on Amador. Anytime you roll those 18s, you're really bucking for errors here. So E14 and 18 is a 2-base error. So instead of getting the leadoff man out, it's a 2-base error on Amador. That'll bring up DJ LeMahieu. 4-9, and that's trouble. 1 to 19 is a home run for LeMahieu. He does have normal power, so we're pretty much going to tie the game here other than a 20. And that is gone. DJ LeMahieu, a 2-run home run. And just like that, the game is tied at 2. LeMahieu only hit 2 home runs all year in 128 at-bats, but he is rated normal power against righties. So obviously both his home runs came against right-handed pitching. Brings up the 9th hitter. It's Oswald Peraza, third baseman, 4-3. 5-ball right field X looking at Moniak. He's a 3E11. 3 and a 3, that's going to drop for probably a double. 3 and a 3 is a double. So Peraza is going to get himself a double, assuming there's no error to move him along further. E11, he's got to avoid 3, 4, 13, 15, 16, and 18, which he avoids. But it's a double for Peraza. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. That is a 3-11, and that's going to be a ground ball second base A. That'll get the runner to third base. 1 out with Peraza at third. Ben Rice is the batter. Infield's going to play in, try to choke off that run. They will play in. Rice 4-10. Ground ball first base B, so they're going to get Peraza at the plate. 3-2. Anytime you have a ground ball B with the infield in, by rule, the lead runner is out. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. They throw Peraza out at the plate, 3-2. Totally throwing it to Goodman. Cuts down the runner at the plate, keeps the score at 2 apiece. And now we have Aaron Judge. 1-3 for Judge, and that's a ballpark single check, which pretty much automatic, and it is. So that's going to make it first and second. 2 outs for Cody Bellinger. Clutch situation for Bellinger, and he gets an extra hit on 3-10. That's a 2. Balk or pass ball. Looking at a balk chance, his balk rating is a 2. No balk. Hello, Paul. Here's the pitch to Bellinger. 111. That's a ballpark blast on the 111. It's a 1-9 for a 3-run home run for Bellinger. And it's right on the number. It is gone. Cody Bellinger, a 3-run shot. And just like that, the Yankees put 5 on the board here in the second inning to take a 5-2 lead. They won the game 5-4, real world, but they're really putting on the offense in this one. And all those runs are unearned. I mean, the only run that's earned is this one. All the other 4 are unearned because this error prolonged the inning. So can't blame Sensatella, I guess, in some aspects, but you gotta work around those errors if you're a pitcher. 5-10, that's a ballpark blast. Dominguez has the normal power, 1-9. And that is gone. Dominguez, back-to-back jacks. It's now 6-2. 3rd home run of the inning. Here's Volpe, 9th man to bat in the inning is Volpe. That's a 5-7, and that's a single, so they will bat around. And Esquera, the batter. Volpe's going to look to steal, or at least get a lead. He needs a 2 through 6 or a 12. And he gets the lead. He's going to go 17 being held as a 15, -1's a 14. 1-14, he steals it. And he's caught stealing to end the inning. But 6 runs, a 6-pack for the Yankees, and they take a 6-2 lead. Only one of those runs is earned. 5 unearned runs come in, but they count all the same. Huge error by Amador opens the door. So now Will Warren's got a big lead to protect. He's going to be facing Michael Tolia. 5-7, and that's a walk. Not what you want to do when you got a big lead, to start walking guys. First walk issued by Warren. Tolia, no threat to run. Here's Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. I'm doing well, Mr. Mike. 2-3, and that is a fly ball to right field. One away for Nick Martini, designated hitter. And that is a 5-8, and that's a ground ball, second base X. This could be a double play. LeMahieu's a 3. 3-12. Might just be a G2, though. 3 and a 12 is only a G2. They'll get the force, not a double play. E3, only error is 3 and 17. So no error, but it will be a 4-6 fielder's choice. For out number 2, and it brings up the 9th hitter, Adel Amador. That is a 1-6, and he flies to center to end the inning. So we go to the 3rd inning. Yankees lead it 6-2. Sensatella facing Esquera. He started the whole mess by reaching on an error that started the whole thing. This is a 5-3, and it's ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E0, so we know he can't make an error. Just looking at the 2 range, and as long as we get a 3 or higher on the D20, he will make the play, which he does. So it's a 1-3 put out. Out number 1 for DJ LeMahieu. He homered. First time up. 2-6 for LeMahieu, and he gets a base hit. He's 2 for 2 for DJ LeMahieu. He's no threat to run. Here's Peraza. Hello, Brian D. Peraza. 2-4, and that's a ground ball, shortstop A. We got our Giovanni's Tailor Shop. Tailor-made double play of the game. Let's get a close-up. 2-4, right-handed. 2-4, right-handed. Ground ball, shortstop A. That is a 6-4-3. Tailor-made double play. The tailor-made double play of the game is brought to you by Giovanni's Tailor Shop in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. If you have tailoring needs and you're in that area, be sure to stop by and see them. Tell them Demo sent you. They'll give you a discount. They're the unofficial sponsor of the channel, but the official sponsor of the Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made play, double play of the game. And it certainly helped Sensatella get out of the inning. So here's Jordan Beck. Starting to back off for the Rockies, 4-4. Ground ball third base X. We're looking at Peraza. He's a 2E11. 2 and a 4. He will still get to that. E11 at third base. He has to avoid 6, 15, 17, and 16. And he does just that, and that will retire Beck. One down for Tovar. Oops, so it dropped my die here. What happened here? Drop the die. Drop the die. Here we go. Tovar, 5-7. Struck him out. Struck out number 2 for Tovar. And that'll bring up Hunter Goodman. That is a 4-5. And that's going to be a strikeout once again. So since the first inning, Warren has settled in. Yankees have settled into a 6-2 lead. We go to the fourth. And here is Paul Goldschmidt. That's a 3-10, and that is a ballpark single check. So once again, we're going to get a base hit. Barely. 19 barely makes it, but it does. Goldschmidt's aboard. Here's Ben Rice. That is a 2-8 for Rice, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. One away for Aaron Judge. Six nine is a fly to center, 2 down. And here's Cody Bellinger. 4-2, that's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Score still 6-2. Yep, golf was pretty non-dramatic today, as we had a blowout winner, but that's okay. It happens. This coming weekend, it's British Open time. So we'll be at whatever that, what do you call it? Royal Port Rush or whatever. It's one of those courses that Play.com does not make, but on their free site, somebody made it. So I downloaded it and printed it out. So hopefully it'll still look okay. Yep, Tommy John did pass away. Should be in the hall, but it's a shame they might put people in the hall after they die, like it really matters at that point. 6'10" for a lefty is ground ball shortstop X. Volpe's a 2E21. 2 is good, E21. And a 7, no problem, I don't believe. No, it's definitely not a problem, I don't think. Let me double check it. E21, nope. 6 is an error, but not a 7. So Volpe makes the play, 1 away. That's a 111, and that is a split. 1-2 is a single. 3-20 he lines out, and he will line out to Volpe for out number 2. I'll bring up Tolia. 5-12. Fly ball to left. So Warren has really settled in. He's kind of rolling along now. And here is Sensatella. This is his fatigue inning, so we're going to cap him at 5 innings for sure. Assuming he can get out of the 5th inning. Here's Dominguez. 6-3, fly ball left field X, Beck 3E4 for Beck. 3-16 is good. E4, he has to avoid 3, 4, 15, and 18. And of course, we get a 4, so that'll be an error on Beck. Left fielder 4. 4 is a one-base error. So E7 on Beck, second error of the game by the Rockies. They're not helping their pitcher out. And now Dominguez will try for a lead. He's a 4, 5, or 6. And he's got it. So he's going to go 19 being held to 17, -1 to 16. And he steals the base. So he's at second base with nobody out for Anthony Volpe. That's a 1. Wild pitch rating on Sensatella is a 13, but no wild pitch. Volpe, 3-10. Ground ball to short, and that would have been a double play without the stolen base, but it's going to be just a 6-3 ground out at this point. 1 away for Escara. And Mike, you can let me know, is this name pronounced Escara or Escara, or is Escara correct? I'm not 100% sure because I'm not familiar with this guy. I'm just reading it as I see it on his card. So without knowing, I call it Escara, almost like mascara. 3-7, and that's a ground ball to second. That'll get Dominguez to third with 2 outs. Escara, okay, so like a car, Escara, okay, so it's Escara. All right, we'll go with that, Escara. All right, so 2 outs, clutch situation for DJ LeMahieu. He will lose a hit on 3-5. I'm sorry, on 2-5. He will lose a hit on 2-5. 6-3 is a fly ball left field extra. Going to give Beck another chance. He's a 3. 3 and a 6. He may not get to that. 3 and a 6. He did not. It's a single, 2 stars, and that's going to score the run. Another unearned run given up by the Rockies. We'll check again for an error. This time, no error to worry about, but the base hit falls in. It's now 7-2 Yankees. 6 of their 7 runs are unearned. Here is Peraza. That's a 2. Balker pass ball. Looking at a pass ball on Goodman, which is a 1. And there's no pass ball. So we'll go to Peraza. That is a 3-7, and he grounds to short to end the inning, and that's going to be it for Sensatella. Sensatella is going to give up 7 runs, but only 1 of them is earned. He definitely deserved a better fate. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. He walked, let's see, he walked 1 here. That might be his only walk. I think that's his only walk. And he only struck out Aaron Judge in the first. That was his only strikeout. So that's it for Sensatella. He is done. Will Warren, this will be his fatigue inning as well, as he's got the big number 5 sitting right here. But with a 7-2 lead, if he's not tired, we can pitch him into the 6th inning for sure. Right now, Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. 1-5, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for Warren. And since the 2-run homer by Goodman in the first, he's been untouchable. Here's Nick Martini, DH. 1-3, and that is a ground ball first base C, handled by Goldschmidt, and he'll flip to Warren's hovering out number 2. Cordell Amador. 5-3. That's a ballpark blast. Amador has weak power, so the best he could get is a single, and that's on a 1-9. 1-9 would be a single, and it's a base hit. So Amador, because of the weak power, only gets a single. Not a home run, but he's aboard for Jordan Beck. 4-7, and that's a strikeout. So Warren will definitely pitch into the 6th inning, no question about it. We go to the 6th inning. It's 7-2 Yankees, and the Rockies will need a new pitcher. And they will bring on, what do they want to bring on here? Let's see who the most used pitchers have been the last couple of games. They used Kinley and Agnos in the previous game. So it looks like they're going to go with Bird. The Bird is the word. Jake Bird. He pitched 2 innings in the first game of the series, but did not pitch last night, so he's got rest again. And let's see, -3 makes him a -2. So Jake Bird is on, facing the top of the order, Goldschmidt, here in the top of the 6th. That's a 3-7, and that's a fly to center, 1 away. For Ben Rice, that is a 2-9, and it's ground ball to short. Tovar there, 1 away, or 2 away, rather. And here comes Aaron Judge. He's been rather quiet in the series. 6-6, and 1-4 is a double. 5-20 would be a single. And that's a double for Aaron Judge, a 2-out double. Makes this a clutch situation for Cody Bellinger. But first base is open, so they're going to walk Bellinger and make Dominguez get a hit off of him. They're not going to let a good hitter like Bellinger do it to him. So they're going to take their chances with Dominguez. Clutch situation for Dominguez, and he loses hits 2-3 and 2-10. That's a 3-11, and it's a fly to right field to end the inning. So nothing doing there. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 7-2. Warren back out. He'll face Tovar, Goodman, and McMahon. Heart of the order for the Rockies. If the Rockies are going to make any moves to make this game closer, they need to do it this inning while they got the heart of the order up. 2-5, and that is a strikeout plus injury. We're not doing injury, so it's just a strikeout. 1 away for Hunter Goodman. 6 strikeouts now for Warren. Goodman, 3-3, and that's a ballpark single, so that's pretty much going to be automatic. 1-out single for Goodman, and that brings up Ryan McMahon. Ironically, will get picked up by the Yankees later on in the season. 2-6, and he strikes out. Strikeout number 7 for Warren. And that'll bring up Brenton Doyle. 2-3 for Doyle, and that's a foul out to Escara, and that will end the inning. So it looks like Will Warren will pitch into the 7th. Hello, Bacon. Undoubtedly the best hitter for the Rockies in the replay so far has been Hunter Goodman. I don't have all the stats in front of me, but Hunter Goodman's been the man the majority of the time. Doyle's had his moments, and Moniak's had his moments against right-handed pitching. But overall, I think Goodman, without question, is their best hitter. All right, so Jake Bird coming out for inning number 2. He does have a 2 for his relief rating. Facing Volpe. That's 2-8, and that's going to be a 1-5 double. 6-20, he flies it to Moniak. And that's flied out to Moniak, 1 away. For J.C. Escara. That's a 6-5 left-hander. Ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Tovar, 2E16. 2 and a 6 is good. E16 at short. He has to avoid 14 and 17. And he does just that. 2 down. And that'll bring up DJ LeMahieu. He's had quite a night. He's 3 for 3. 2 singles and a home run. 2-9. And this time he strikes out. So Bird goes 2 innings of shutout relief. And they will cap him at the 2 innings. He goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs, an intentional walk, and a strikeout. So we go to the 7th inning stretch here at Colorado's Coors Field. Score still Yankees 7, Rockies 2. 7 unanswered run by the Yankees, but 6 of those have been unearned. And here's Will Warren back out to face Tolia, Moniak, and Martini. Tolia, Moniak, and Martini. 3-4, and that's a base on balls by Will Warren. And let's see, that is his 2nd walk. He's walked Tolia twice. Now the Yankee bullpen starts to stir a little bit. Right-hander Ian Hamilton, he has not appeared yet in the series. He is loosening in the Yankee bullpen, and he can go 2 innings. So Ian Hamilton is on. He'll be facing Moniak. He'll be backing up Warren in case he gets into trouble. Here's Moniak. That is a 112 for Moniak. That's a hit by pitch. Also says injury, but again, we're not doing injuries, so just a hit by pitch. So Warren kind of losing control, a little bit of walk, and now a hit by pitch. And here is Nick Martini. That's a 1-8 for Martini. He pops him up to second base. One away. Now, what do you do for pinch hitting? Do they want to pinch hit? Do they want to go to somebody to play second base for Amador? Let's see. They're going to bring in Tyler Freeman, and he'll stay in the game to play second base. So Freeman will pinch hit, stay in the game to play second base. Tyler Freeman, he was a 281 hitter on the 25 season. So he's up with first and second and one out. It's a 1-9 for Freeman. He grounds it to second base C. That'll get the runners up 90 feet, but now there are two away for a clutch situation for Jordan Beck. So Beck in the clutch. And he loses a hit in the clutch on a 1-6. Get a 3-7, struck him out. That's going to do it for Will Warren. He's going to strike out 8. He's going to go 7 solid, give up just the 2 runs. And they'll bring in Ian Hamilton to finish things out, most likely. It's not going to be a save situation. So they won't need their closer, Williams, unless things get tight. So for the Rockies, Warren goes 7 innings, gives up 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only got him for 4 hits. The 2 runs, all in the first inning. He did walk 2 and hit a batter, and he struck out 8. And Ian Hamilton, who has not pitched in the series as of yet, he's certainly fresh. He will come in and pitch in the bottom of the 8th. Right now, the Rockies need a pitcher to pitch in the top of the 8th. So let's see who they want to go to. It's Peraza, Goldschmidt, and Rice. So they will go to Juan Mejia out of the bullpen. Juan Mejia. Mejia was 2-2, 3.96 ERA, and 1 save in the 25 season. He's going to face Oswald Peraza. Hello, Jason. Happy Sunday to you. 212, and that's a split. 1's a single. Anything else he lines to short. And that's a line out to Tovar, 1 away for Goldschmidt. After this game, the Rockies will get on the charter and head to Chi-Town as we start tomorrow night at Wrigley Field for a 3-game set against the Cubbies. Goldschmidt, 5-8, struck him out. And then after that, they play the Mets for 3 at Citi Field, and then the project will be over. Just that quickly. And here's Ben Rice. 59 games will be reached. 1-5. That's a single. 2-out single for Rice brings up Aaron Judge. That's a 5-8, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. So Mejia goes his 1 inning. Gives up a hit, nothing else, strikes out 2. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the brand new pitcher, Ian Hamilton for the Yankees. Ian Hamilton, 2-1, 4.28 ERA, no saves. Right-hander. And he'll be facing Tovar, Goodman, and McMahon. 7-2 Yankees. It's been pretty calm since the second inning where Yankees exploded for 6 runs, 5 unearned. And Warren so far has made it hold up. Now we'll see about Hamilton. 1-3. That's a ground ball back to Hamilton. 1 down. Only guy not to pitch in the series for the Yankees is their closer, Devin Williams, but they haven't needed him. So, but he's there in the ninth if it gets close, that's for sure. Here's Goodman, 4-7. Space on balls. That's one thing you don't want to do is start walking guys. Here's Ryan McMahon. Man, 5-4. Fly ball center field X. We are looking at Bellinger. He's a 3. And one interesting thing on Bellinger, usually on Strat-o-Matic, a corner outfielder will gain 1 number when you move him to center. He actually gains 2 numbers. He's a 1 in left, a 2 in right, and a 3 in center. I don't think I've ever seen that before as far as Strat ratings. Usually there would be like a 2, and then a 3, or it'd be a 1, 1, and a 2. I've never seen it where they popped him up twice like that. But anyway, that's just observation, I guess. So Bellinger is a 3. 3-19, he gets to it. He's an error rating of 3. So in center field, he's got to avoid 3, 16, and 18, which he barely does with a 15, but he makes the play. 2 down for Brenton Doyle. Doyle. 1-4, and that is a ground ball to short to end the inning. So we go to the 9th. Rockies will need a new pitcher, somebody to mop up here. Coming up for the Yankees, Dominguez, Volpe, and Escara. So it looks like they will go with Angel Chavilla. He's a good mop-up guy. 1-5 with a 7.06 ERA. I would think he'd be a good mop-up guy. Don't want to burn your better guys when you're down 7-2. So Chavilla is on, and he'll be facing Bellinger, Dominguez, and Volpe. So Cody Bellinger will lead things off against Chavilla. It's a 1-5, and Bellinger will draw the base on balls. And up 7-2, they're not going to try any steals or anything. They're just going to play it straight up. Here's Dominguez, but I think, let's see, do they want to, I think just for kicks and giggles, and you can tell me if you're okay with this, Mr. Mike, I was going to bring in Trent Grisham to pinch hit for Dominguez. Or maybe let Dominguez hit, then bring in Grisham to play center and move Bellinger to left. I don't know what you might want to do with that. Or since you got a big lead, you just want to play it as it is and not make any moves. I'm good either way. You can let me know what you like. I will try to get that in. But I think since they're up 7, Dominguez is a better hitter than Grisham. So we're going to stick with Dominguez, I do believe. That is a 2-11, and that's a ballpark single, so that's a 1-19. Oops. 1-19, and that's a base hit. So first and second, nobody out for Anthony Volpe, who I believe in real world is now in AAA for the Yankees. I think he got demoted recently. That's a 5-6, and that's trouble. 1-6 is a double, 7-20 is a single. And that is a 9, so that's a single 2 stars. That'll score a run, making it 8-2. And going to third base is Dominguez. So Chavilla not exactly fooling them right now. Here is Escara, the lefty. Now, what do we do with Chavilla? Do we pull him, or what do we do with this? I guess we'll leave him in there. Infield playing double play depth. They need outs just to get the game over with. 4-7, and that's a walk. That's going to load the bases. They may not be able to go with Chavilla much longer, or we'll be here all night. So Chavilla can't get anybody out. Give him one more chance against LeMahieu. Doesn't get LeMahieu, he is gone. 5-8. Ground ball second base X. That is Freeman. And Freeman at second base. His numbers here. He is a 4E13 is Freeman. So not a 4E 14, is a 4E13 is Freeman. Still not very good. 415 though, you might get a G2 or something out of this. 4 and a 15 is a G2, so they get to play at second base. And it's an E13, so he's got to avoid 14, 3, and 18, which he does, I think. E13, yeah, he's got 14's the error, not 13. So it's going to be a 4 to 6 fielder's choice. The run will score, making it 9 to 2. Going to third is Volpe, and there's one out with runners at the corners. And that'll bring up Peraza. That's a 3-11, and that's a hit by pitch. So that's going to be it for Chavilli. That may have been a frustration hit by pitch, or it could have been payback for this one. I don't know, but Rockies manager says, we got to get you out of here, son. So Chavilli goes a third of an inning, gives up 2 walks, and he hits a batter. So talk about lack of control. Gives up 2 hits. So far, 2 runs, but he's responsible for all 3 on base, as there's only 1 out. And they will go to Zach Agnos out of the pen. I don't think he pitched. Let's see. Did he pitch? He only pitched a third of an inning yesterday, and he didn't pitch the game before, so he's okay. He can pitch. 1-3, 6.61 ERA, and 4 saves for Zach Agnos. And he'll be facing the top of the order and Paul Goldschmidt. Bases loaded, 1 out. 4-10, and that's a ground ball shortstop B. That will score another run because they were playing for a double play. So that's going to score Volpe. Going to third is LeMahieu. Out at second is Peraza, 6-4 on the fielder's choice. That run is charged to Chavilli. And now 2 outs with runners at the corners for Ben Rice. 3 runs in for the Yankees. It's now 10-2. That's a 1. His wild pitch rating's a 13. And that's a 2. So that's going to bring home another run on a wild pitch. Makes it 11-2. 4 runs in the inning. That run is also charged to Chavilli. So he's going to pitch a third of an inning and give up 4 runs, all earned. Not going to exactly help the old ERA right there. Rice 6-2, and that's a walk, so the inning continues. 9th man to bat in the inning is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge. .112 for Judge, and he's hit by a pitch, and Agnos has just been ejected. So Agnos is out of there. And that will again load the bases. And with Bellinger coming up, they will go to the left-hander out of the bullpen. That being Ryan Rollison. Make sure I haven't used him too much here. I don't think I have. He went up a third of an inning in the first game. Did not pitch yesterday, so he's got rest. So Rollison is going to be on. Agnos pitched a third of an inning. No hits. Walked a batter, hit a batter. And now Rollison is on to face Bellinger as they bat around. Bellinger led off the inning with a walk. He's coming back. Cody Bellinger. Bases loaded. 2 outs. That's a 4-6, and that's a 1-12 single. Anything else, he grounds to short. And it's a base hit, so the inning continues. Another run is in. This one's charged to Agnos. Bases are still loaded. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 runs in the inning. They may be going for another 6-pack here. I don't know. Jason Dominguez is up. 6-6, and that's another walk, and that's going to force in another run. It is 6 runs in the inning now. Bases are full of Yankees once again for Anthony Volpe. That's a 3-6 for Volpe against the lefty. Ground ball first to the pitcher, and that's going to end it. Let me refrain here. I did make an error. Sorry about that, folks. I did make an error. On Dominguez's at bat, I read it off the right-hander. Him facing a right-hander, Rolson's a left-hander. 3-6 against the left-hander is a strikeout. So this final run does not count. This is a strikeout, and this at bat never occurred with Volpe. I just caught that. Rolson, I remember, is a lefty, so I do want to make that correction. Not that it matters all that much, but I still like to be accurate if I can. My whiteout, my correction tape is shot, so I got to get some more. I don't think it hasn't been working as of late. If I can get it to work. Now, I can't really get the tape's right there. I don't know why it's not working. Don't know. Can't get it to work. I got another thing downstairs. I'll use that starting tomorrow. But we're just trying to get through this thing and get done with it. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see. Rice. Actually, Rice did not score. So that is not a run. So it's a 5-run inning. And so Rolson's going to go third of an inning, give up a hit, gets a strikeout, no runs. 4 innings and one run is charged to Agnos, 4 to Shavii. It is now a 12-2 ball game, Yankees. And since he has not pitched in the entire series, we'll go ahead and bring him in just for the heck of it. And we'll bring in Mr. Devin Williams and let him pitch. Hamilton went 1 inning. Now we're bringing Williams just for the heck of it. Just so he can get an appearance in the series. 1 inning, a walk, nothing else. So Devin Williams, and Devin Williams was 4-6, 4.79 ERA, 18 saves in the regular 2025 season. He's going to face Tolia, Moniak, and Martini. 6-7, and that's a strikeout. That'll bring up Moniak. 5-7, left-hander, another strikeout. 2 down for Nick Martini. 1-4, and that's a ballpark single check, so that'll be a base hit almost guaranteed, and it is. And now Tyler Freeman is up. Last chance for the Rockies. 4-5, and that's another strikeout. So Williams strikes out the side. Does give up a meaningless single. So the Rockies, it started out great for the Rockies. They were up 2-0 after 1 inning and went downhill after that, as they get blown out by the Yankees 12-2. And let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got them for 16 hits. 12 runs, 16 hits, plus there were 5 walks and 2 hit batters. So that's 23 base runners were on there for the Yankees. They went at 12-2. Rockies fall to 17-36. We're still +8 because they were 9 and 43 at this point, or 9 and 44, I should say, at this point in real world, and we are 17-36. So tomorrow night we'll be coming to you from Wrigley Field, first of a 3-game set between the Rockies and the Chicago Cubs. And for the Cubs and the Rockies, let's check the pitching matchup. It will be Palmquist for the Rockies against Jameson Taillon for the Cubs. So that's going to do it for the Rockies game for tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back at it for the 1987 American League replay. And I believe we're going to be in Toronto tomorrow morning for a Kansas City-Toronto game. I think that's the first game on the schedule. But unfortunately, not a close game here, but what are you going to do? Yankees were just too much. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Good start to your week next week. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play. However you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.